Meditation tip 200. Self-mastery. Guys, try to notice today in your own experience that life is basically about you figuring out more and more of how you kind of work, right? And not letting things that just kind of happen randomly take control over you, right? So basically, self-mastery is just kind of starting to be aware of yourself more and more from every aspect of your life, and just trying to basically understand the controls of life on a deeper level, instead of just what most people, they just kind of like go about life in whatever way they kind of were developed, and now they just kind of live it, right? Like trying to gain outer stuff and just being distracted by all types of things that society throws at you, right? That's like the typical person. It's like they go try to chase some career. Hopefully it's something that they love, but usually it's just a job that pays the bills so that they can buy the things that they want, right? And need, obviously. But self-mastery is like trying to understand and master yourself, basically, in all aspects of your life, so that you start enjoying existing each and every day, instead of just kind of being like, oh, today this happened and I can't enjoy life, right? But when you start working on yourself, you start understanding that reality is how it is. It's just like humans have made it such a big deal that when things go kind of not so good, then it's like, oh, you have to get angry and just like upset, and it shouldn't happen to you. But it just happens, right? Like a car breaks down sometimes, or an elevator breaks down, or lineups are long sometimes, or there's traffic. And instead of letting these things kind of take control over you like they do for most, because that's the common reaction, right? Like, oh, it's a long lineup. Oh, why do I have to wait so long? Why is this so slow? Why? Instead of that, like, you can still be there and actually enjoy the experience of it and just accept it, because you're starting to master yourself and understand that your inner kind of feeling, peace, basically, is the most important thing, right? Instead of just outer events dictating how you perceive life, basically, in that moment, right? It's like, it's raining outside, so right away a person that doesn't like rain is like, oh, why is it raining today? Things like this, like there's these types of events in every single situation of your life, and many times they dictate your happiness. And if you don't want this anymore like that, and try to start learning how to enjoy life in any situation, your peace should never be taken away, because you should be like guarding it, right? Like if your car breaks down, for instance, it's like, you're going to let that ruin like 5 hours of your day? Or are you just going to accept it and then try to do the best you can to kind of like come up with a plan to fix it, right? But nothing really happened, right? It's just a situation that happens in the outer world. Like a car breaks down because it gets old, or just anything can happen. You hit a pothole or whatever, right? Like, who cares? Like, don't go and like start getting so frustrated and angry and like, oh, there's a hole in the ground, I should never have hit that. The world sucks. Why does this happen to me? Like, this is what most people do when certain situations kind of come into their lives. And these are constant. Like, Sometimes you don't have enough money to pay for things, so that upsets you. Then someone maybe takes something from you, maybe by accident, maybe because they're very unconscious and that's what they wanted to do. So like, then again, you start getting upset. And then like the elevator breaks down and you have to take the stairs. Oh no, such a travesty. And then, oh, you don't get this food to eat today, or this tastes a little weird. Oh, I hate this place. I'm going to call them up and tell them all this type of stuff that they did to me. I don't know. There's so many events that happen, right? So you have to be like, okay, am I gonna like let this dictate my life like it does for most people? Or am I gonna be at peace no matter what the hell happens? And that's like a true person who's self-mastered can deal with any situation, right? Because they don't let outer things upset them or like take their peace away. You can still feel things, obviously, and actually feel them and enjoy the feeling of it, because it's kind of miraculous that we can go through all these experiences, right? But don't let it take your peace away. You can still be peaceful if there's a long lineup. You can still be okay if you're in a big traffic jam, right? Like, you can still do things and enjoy your life. You just have to change your perspective instead of feeling like a victim and wanting things to be a certain way. They are how they are, right? So you can either accept them and just enjoy it, or you can be miserable and let it control your day and mood and life and things like this. So try to start mastering yourself and realizing that these types of situations are going to happen for the rest of your life. Unless you work on you, then you're always going to be in this roller coaster, right? So try to start working on yourself, because you're the main thing that needs to stay peaceful if you want a happy life. Otherwise, it's like reality throws all types of weird things at you, and you can let those things dictate your life, or you can work on you and just be like I don't know, transparent, basically. Let things go through you, past you, in you, and don't cling to anything. Then you start becoming like enjoying life, because nothing can hurt you, because you're just kind of like allowing and experiencing life for what it is. It's instead of wanting it to be a certain way or needing it to be a certain way for your enjoyment or happiness. Okay, so this is what self-mastery is all about, and you should at least try to do it a little bit, because you've been programmed with so many things over your life. So it's nice to be able to like start changing things around for how you'd like them to be, right? Too. And noticing more and more of how you run, what goes on inside you, and the types of things that impact your life, and the patterns that kind of come up on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. There's so many things, right? So you can grow, or you could just stay in one spot and just keep distracting yourself with outer things. Obviously, that's great too, but I don't know. It's smart to start getting to know who you are and how you work, so you can enjoy this life much more greatly than just feel like, oh, today's a good day because something good happened to me. Today's a shitty day because something bad happened to me. Like, so try to check that out for yourself and start making a plan a little bit to work on yourself. So you'll have a much better life. All right, guys, like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this with people if they need it, and peace.